All right, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I wanted to start this video basically as I'm walking away from Monday Night Raw because the one thing I saw more than anything else is the one thing that I think is not done with the whole Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed deal. Is if you think about what we just saw as the show ended, was Seth Rollins. He hit the curb stomp on CM Punk, leaving him laying. And it was like he was directing Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker to stand next to him to hold the title up. It was almost like he was the producer of the show telling them to get on their mark. I think the story that's going to slowly progress as of right now is that Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker are not a part of this team. They are just pawns working for Seth Rollins. And this is not them taking over Monday Night Raw like on the night after WrestleMania. This is Seth Rollins taking over Monday Night Raw. This is not Braun Breaker being the future, kind of like rolling it out like Evolution with Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton. Rollins has no intention of ever giving up his spot. And Braun is going to have to figure out that he's going to have to take that spot. It's not going to be given to him. But that's honestly the first thing that came to my mind. Main event, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, World Heavyweight Championship. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker weren't allowed to be at ringside. But at one point, Rollins started yelling at LA Knight, "You want to hurt me? You want to take me out?" Going back to the whole build-up for their Saturday night's main event match that they had. And when I guess Seth Rollins was going to curb stomp LA Knight onto the concrete off of the announce table, he was jumped from the crowd by a returning CM Punk, who I guess is not taking any time off, who is not dead, who is not embarrassed. He's, a former World Heavyweight Champion that wants to get his revenge on Seth Rollins. And it's going to play out on Monday Night Raw and probably play out in a World Heavyweight Championship match come Clash of Paris. It was a throwaway main event match. LA Knight, I think he hasn't even really been featured since his Saturday night's main event win over Seth Rollins, which was really, really funny due to the fact that you think you get a high-quality match like that and you get a win, that you would work your way into like getting some sort of a title shot. But over on SmackDown, you've got Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu for the United States belt. You've got John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE belt, but nothing was promised, and he wasn't even seen SummerSlam weekend. No night one, no night two, no hanging out in the locker room doing the Papa John's commercial. He said he was on a vacation, but the second that he saw Rollins cash in, he knew he had to get there because he felt like he was deserved something due to the fact that he was the last guy to defeat him. Makes a little bit of sense, honestly, in my mind. But they had some fire right out of the gate. LA Knight gets the crowd going every time. He might not be my favorite guy, but I was starting to get him. I really, really was. And then he just kind of disappeared. And we're going to start all over, I guess. But other than that, maybe it's just a little bit of worn out of too much wrestling. I didn't watch Friday night. I don't even know why I didn't watch anything Friday night. I can't remember what the heck I did on Friday. But Saturday and Sunday. Friday I went to Morgan Wallen. Dumbass, that was a damn good time. How could I forget that already? But Saturday and Sunday, we watch the pay-per-view. They weren't overly long. I want to say that they were 3.5 hours, back-to-back nights. But Just a lot of wrestling. We had Sheamus and Rusev. They were out there beating the hell out of each other. They fought through the entire night because they couldn't get their fight out in the actual match. So every time there was something going on backstage, we would see them back there beating the hell out of each other. We had Lyra and Becky Lynch. No, it was Lyra and Bailey trying to work out their problems, saying that they're not friends with each other. And I was kept on waiting for Bailey to say that she would go out and she would try and win the championship, and then she would give her a shot at the title. But that was not said. It's just they basically told each other to go separate ways while Bailey was trying to get her on the same page. So maybe that's the storyline of Bailey trying to earn Lyra's trust back. But Becky Lynch comes out to the ring. We have Nikki Bella come down there. I guess she is as close to full time as she could be, honestly. I mean, with the Maybelline money, when it comes to women in WWE, I don't think there's anybody more mainstream than Nikki Bella, and quite possibly, I think they're probably paying Nikki Bella her contract for her to be in those commercials when they rolled those things out. But I always liked Nikki. Her last match against Chelsea wasn't great, but she'll get back to it. She'll get back in the groove. I guess we're going to have Nikki versus Becky at the Clash of Paris. But next week, we're going to have Becky against Maxine Dupree, who I thought was in a tag team. Every single time we see her, she's hanging out with Naomi, supposed to be getting trained. So I thought they were building up to them getting a tag match, especially something at Evolution. Never saw it, but she's just gonna get a singles match. She ain't gonna win, but maybe she'll show us something. I mean, maybe if she's really been working, maybe she's getting better, and we can go from there. I mean, we're a long way away from somebody posting that online video of mocking her at that house show. That feels like it was like 2 years ago. She had to have gotten better. I mean, she's not doing NXT. Hopefully she's doing some performance stuff. She's working out at the dungeon with Natty, and hopefully she really is getting better. But honestly, when it comes down to it, there wasn't a ton. I mean, Dom had his match against Dragon Lee. I think what they're doing is they're building up the match for the Triple-Mania deal. It's going to be, the guy that, kept on popping up at, WrestleMania weekend. Vikingo, who's the champion. Dragon Lee's in there. We've got Dom's going to be in there. And then there's another guy. That's the only match that's been named so far. And it really seems like with AJ Styles, wanting to help out Dragon Lee, I think that AJ Styles is going to be at that show. Honestly, WWE is going to be live streaming it on their YouTube. It's going to be in English. It's going to be in Spanish. I watched that when Worlds Collide show, right before Money in the Bank. And that was a little bit too much wrestling for me. If there's 2 shows in the same day, I'm not going to watch it. But I just kept thinking that something big was going to happen. I think if they start mixing WWE in with the AAA guys, I think they could really get something going. I'm not going to tell you that I'm a big fan of, when the TNA guys went there, but they were going there for a while, and it was working, whether if it was Jeff Jarrett or even that guy that was supposed to be the next Brock Lesnar. A lot of those guys were going down there, and they were getting heat and having good matches and stuff like that. So all in all, I mean, I'm not going to say Raw wasn't good. It didn't suck like it did like a few weeks ago when I felt like it was one of the worst things. But it pains me to say because I love her so much. The Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss promo in the ring about not being friends and not say the F word, not say the A word. And then Charlotte even doubled down on the joke and used it again. That was like some of the worst stuff I've seen on Raw since 2020. Something that made me just want to change the channel. And like I was saying with my buddy Omar when I was talking to him on Jeremy's channel, Rock and Roll. Omar's from the Ozone. I'm going to be hooking up with those guys sooner than later to talk some wrestling. But I should be on with Jeremy this week, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, not 100% sure. Rock and Roll. We talked about, like when you watch football and you watch wrestling, the bad thing about WWE being on Netflix is how hard it is to get off Netflix, get back to cable, to like channel flip. There's no longer like during the Monday Night War, everybody had the Comcast remote and you just press the button that went to previous channel and you could flip TNT USA, and you didn't have to go up and down and all that jazz. But pulling out of an app, going to another app on just about any smart TV, on an Apple TV, on a Roku, on whatever you use is almost close to impossible. About the best thing Omar said was having his TV on while holding his iPad. And I think he had wrestling on the iPad and he had football on the TV. So we'll see. But that was bad. I love you, Charlotte. Please don't ever see any of my videos when I talk bad about you. But that was bad. That was really bad. But we'll get to it, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace out, everybody. Hope everybody had a good SummerSlam weekend. We got John Cena answering the challenge, I guess, in Quebec on Friday. John Cena. Let's see if him and Brock Lesnar be getting it on.